Hello my love and welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, I am Kay, an astrologer, numerologist and spiritual witch here on YouTube. Listen, if you've been attracted to this video, take this as your confirmation from your own spirit guides and angels that you were meant to receive it. Check out the new book by me also, Make It Happen, How to Manifest Anything. The link is in the description box below. Let's get into your video. Hello Taurus and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thank you for being here, and if you're returning, then welcome back. Great to have you again. So look Taurus, the month of October looks like a great month for you, and what I see for your horoscope is a lot of activity around how it is that you earn money, also love and romance, and the important people in your life and your hopes and dreams. So on the screen here we've got the chart for the full moon and how the universe will look for the day. This will happen on the 9th of October at 8:55 p.m. This is GMT time, my local time. It could be the same day for you or it could be the day before, but it'd be around the 9th of October. But before we get there, the sun is actually going to be in the sign of Libra as we start October. So for you, this is where how you earn money comes into play. On the screen down the bottom, circled in black, we've got the sun at 16 degrees of Libra. Opposite that, we've got circled in black the moon at 16 degrees of Aries, giving us the full moon when we have these two energies in opposite signs at the same degree. Now, the sun is about health, growth, and vitality. So this will be blessing you in how it is that you actually earn money. So it's a good time to be thinking about this. And this is the area of life that also deals with services that we provide or how we are of service to other people, how we help them. This is the house where we have disputes with other people, and also our general personal physical health and our pets come here as well. So as we start the month of October, the sun is really supporting you with this part of your life, and it is a great time to think about expanding your income, how you earn money, services you provide, and how maybe you could even make money from this. And also your physical health looks good if you have been under the weather, and any disputes that you have could hopefully this could be a good time to resolve them if you have any. Now when we arrive at the full moon in Aries, this will be at 16 degrees of the sign Aries. We're going to see in the universe a energy of healing trauma. This is the main kind of message that the universe is giving us, because if we look on the chart where we have the moon circled at 16 degrees of Aries at the top, just to the right of her circled in pink, this is the asteroid Chiron. And what Chiron is about is it's here to heal our wounds. We call him the wound healer in astrology. Now he is going to conjunct, or the moon I should say, she is going to conjunct with him. So when energy is conjunct, they're basically working together and having a conversation to merge as one. And so if the moon is a representation of how we feel and our emotions, and Chiron is about healing and healing wounds, it is emotional healing. Now for the sign of Taurus, where I see this being placed for you is exactly where it is, in your 11th house. So for you, you could experience, or it could be a good time for healing any hopes, dreams that you may have had in the past that maybe for whatever reason didn't quite go to plan, or you had to take another route, or you had to stop and go in another direction. But if you've had hopes, dreams and goals, and also the important people in our life also come here, this is a good time for healing anything that needs to be around this part of your life. And when we talk about important people, these are people that we are connected to in a non-romantic way. So these are like associates, work colleagues, our friends come in this area of life, people that we've even maybe not even met in person, but we really get on with them well on social media. The kind of relationship that we have with people that come in the 11th house is people that we're connected to for a reason, whether it is that we can support them with something, or they can support us with something, or we work as a team, or there's some kind of mutual benefit that is non-romantic. So it's a good time for this. Now, two things are happening in the universe during this full moon week as well that will impact you, Taurus. The first thing is Mercury, the planet which is circled in blue down the bottom by number 3. He is actually going to be direct finally, because we've been in Mercury retrograde and you may have been aware of this, but when his direct motion comes about, this will be at 6 degrees of the sign Virgo. And for you, this is going to be in your romance, dating, children, creativity, and basically your house where you have fun. So this is a really, really nice energy, because Mercury is that planet that deals with thoughts, communication, and also travel. And in retrograde, he can disrupt these kind of things in our life. So where he is is turning direct in a house to do with romance and dating and fun and children and other people, you know, that we click with, it could be a really good time for you to get out and about and be dating. You could meet someone, or if you're dating someone at the moment, then hopefully you could have some really good communication or ideas form between you. But either which way, your love life and certainly how you are creative looks very good. It's also a good time for the Taurus sun sign to be very creative, because this is your house of creativity. The second thing that's happening this full moon week is that we're going to have Pluto, which is up here, circled in green by number 4. This is the planet that brings transformation and change and disruption in a way that is, he kind of forces us to change, whether we like it or not. You know, something has to change, and it's normally a slow and transformational experience that we have. Now, he has been in retrograde for a long time, and he's finally about to turn direct on this full moon week as well at 26 degrees of the sign Capricorn. So for you, Taurus, this is going to be around your area of life to do with new experiences, your 9th house. So what I'm seeing here is, for this particular sign, it's a good time for travel, most definitely. Travel that's at a distance, because this is the house of travel. But also it's a time where Taurus may experience new experiences generally in life, whatever way that resonates. Or it could be that you become more spiritually aligned with yourself and experience new experiences in your life, because the 9th house deals with spirituality, our views on life, our philosophy about things, you know, how we look at the bigger picture of what's going on in the world. It's basically like our area of life, which is our higher self, you know, what we really think. And I like to describe this house as a house of spiritual alignment. So with the planet Pluto, which brings transformation and change, turning direct here, some of you Tauruses may feel this in this part of your life. You may become spiritually aligned with what it is that you wish to do. So as we move forward through the month and we go through the full moon in Aries, we then get to the end of the month where we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. Now, this is not any new moon, because this is actually going to be an eclipse. And the kind of eclipse that we are having is quite special. So on the screen here, we have the chart for the day. The new moon eclipse will happen on the 25th at 11:49 a.m. This is GMT again, my local time. It could be the same day or the day before for you, depending where you are in the world, but it will happen when the sun and the moon are at 2 degrees of the sign Scorpio. On the chart here, up by number 1 and the arrow and what's circled in black, we can see the sun and the moon both at 2 degrees of Scorpio, and we can see next to that the planet Venus. So we actually have a stellium around this eclipse as well. Now, by this point of the month, the sun will have traveled through Libra, and we're definitely into Scorpio season now. And where this is going to hit, this is going to be your house of business, serious commitments, and anything legal that you're dealing with. This is the house of partnership, the 7th house. So what we're talking about here is serious partnerships. So things like marriage, serious long-term commitments that are romantic, and serious commitments that we have in life that are non-romantic, you know, things that we commit ourselves to or that we're thinking of committing ourselves to. Business, if we own a business, or any business dealings, and legal matters come in here as well. So this new moon eclipse that we're having, if we look at it on the screen, is actually happening up by the south node, which is just to the left of where I've got all the planets circled. And when we have an eclipse on the south node, this is basically the area of something has to go, because the south node is about the past and what we no longer hold on to, and the north node would be about the future and where we should be going. So what I'm seeing for everybody, for all the signs, is that this new moon eclipse, something potentially could depart our lives, depending on where this is happening. And for Taurus, it is around your serious commitments, your serious relationships, business and legal. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you're going to break up with your partner or you're going to get divorced or anything like that. It could just mean that there is a major transformation or a major change, and it could be to do with something that you actually desire, and it could be to do with either love, money, art could be involved, or some kind of beauty, or anything that Venus represents. Because Venus is here, as we can see, the planet that's in purple, that's circled in the group of planets that are circled in black. She represents love, money, art, beauty, and of course, as you probably know, she is your ruling planet as a Taurus. So your ruling planet is very much heavily influenced in this eclipse, and she represents desire. She connects us to what we want. She's a lovely, beautiful, and supportive energy. So for me as an astrologer, what I see here is that, okay, something may part or leave our lives, yes, but there is an opportunity for something else to come in because it is a new moon, and that's what happens around new moons. We start a new cycle, and not only that, we've got the wonderful Venus, your ruling planet Taurus, connecting us all to what it is that we really want and what we really desire. Now, this same new moon week, we've also got two other things happening. We've got some movement happening with Saturn. So Saturn is over here circled in green by number 2. This is the planet that brings challenges. You know, this is the planet that will bring maturity, having to really be determined to get through things. He brings learning curves. He brings basically an energy of, okay, this is something difficult, this is a challenge, but you know what? You're going to try your best to get through it, and you're going to learn something from it. This is Saturn's job. Now, just like Pluto, he has been in retrograde a lot this year. He will turn direct this new moon eclipse, which is wonderful, and he will turn direct to 18 degrees of Aquarius. Now, for you, this is great news as well, because it will be up there around your career, your direction, your goals. This is the house of what we call fame. You know, it's the 10th house. It's where you're going in life. And also we would place here any strong men or father figures that we have in our life. So with Saturn turning direct here, it could be that for some Tauruses, if career has been a bit of a challenge for you, or your work-life balance has been a bit of a challenge for you, or your overall direction or where it is that you're going to, or any goals that you've had that you've really been working on, this could start to ease as well. Now, the difference with the 10th house and the 11th house, because the 11th, which I mentioned at the start of your horoscope, is about hopes and dreams and aspirations. The 10th house is definitely more career based. This is what you are known for. So, you know, if you are someone who has a reputation at work for being a great manager, or if you're a supervisor, or whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you are known for, this is what comes under the 10th house, and it's normally linked to your career or some kind of work that you do. So if you've had any challenges there, I do hope that with Saturn's direct movement, now this can start to ease. The second thing is that Mars, the planet of motivation, determination, and, you know, in a person's birth chart, it would show their attitude and how they manage their anger and their sex drive and this kind of energy. He is down here with the blue circled around him, and number 3, he is about to go into retrograde. So when he gets to 25 degrees of Gemini around the new moon eclipse week, this is what he's going to do. And when a planet goes into retrograde, it's normally bringing us back to situations, people, places, and things that we need to take a second look at, that we need to maybe work with again, or make some extra decisions, or basically double check that everything is as it should be. And for you, Taurus, he is going to be retrograding your personal finance house, so your second house. So for the next 3 or 4 weeks, as we close out October and we move into November while he is in retrograde, it could be a perfect time for you to go back and assess your finances. It could be a great time for you to be thinking about what it is you want to do with your money or this part of your life. And the second house not only covers money, but it also covers our values that we hold as a person, like our morals, and also what we place value on in life. So what we see as value in life. The body also comes under this part of life as well. Now, Mars retrograde, it can make some people lack motivation as well. It can make someone not want to deal with whatever it is that Mars is pushing you back to deal with. And for others of us, it can give us that extra bit of motivation to get on and do something. It really does depend. But in terms of a general horoscope for this particular sign, it is your money and your finances to be paying real attention to and giving some care and nurture, or maybe your own motivation and determination around managing your finances, or doing whatever it is that needs to be done for your personal finances and your own values and morals as we go through the Mars retrograde. So finally, Taurus, to close out your horoscope for this month, something I need to let everybody know about is Jupiter's retrograde into the sign Pisces. Now, I did speak about this earlier on this year. I think it might have even been the end of 2021, because it is a big thing when we have the Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, move into the sign Pisces. Jupiter is the planet that's going to bring luck, fortune, expansion. You know, he brings all the positive support that we need. He's the planet of spirituality, publishing, and sports also. So he's down here on the chart, circled in red. And he is going to be, during this eclipse, at some point, he's going to get to 0 degrees of the sign Aries. Now, when we have a planet at 0 degrees, whether this is in your birth chart and you're born with it, like myself, or it happens on a day-to-day basis in a transit at a new moon, full moon, or whenever it happens in the universe, this is the universe basically giving you and giving us an opportunity to create a new chapter at 0 degrees, because it's entering a new sign. Now, the sign and where it happens in your chart will obviously give everybody an indication of what this new chapter could be. Now, for Taurus, this is going to be in your 12th house, where you feel held back in life. And it's a really, really nice house to have Jupiter move into, 0 degrees of Aries into this part of your life. Because when we talk about the 12th house, it's situations, people, places, and things that we may feel subconsciously or mentally or emotionally or even physically or spiritually, however we feel it. These things we feel hold us back. So it's like we've got some kind of block in our life. This is also the house that deals with spirit communication. And by that, I don't mean spirituality, because that would be the 9th house. This is actually when we see things like 222 and 111, and we start seeing all these kind of like signs or coincidences, and we like to call them, coincidences in our own human experience. That is all spirit communication. So while you have the planet of luck, fortune, and goodwill and blessings going back through your house of where you feel held back, especially when he gets to 0 degrees, it's an ideal opportunity. It's like a window of opportunity for Taurus to really address anything, situation, person, place, or thing you feel has been holding you back. And the universe, just know it's very much supporting you. You could have a very different experience with anything that you feel has been holding you back, because you've got Jupiter's benevolent energy here in your chart. Now, on the 28th at around 6:09 a.m. GMT, Jupiter is then going to retrograde back into the wonderful sign of Pisces. And you might want to check out the video on why it's such a beautiful thing to have him here under this sign. It might pop up here as I'm speaking, or at the end of your horoscope. You can check that out. But basically, Pisces is the sign that is going to elevate this planet's energy. And I like to call it the Midas touch. And for you, Taurus, this is going to be happening in a really nice part of your chart again. It's going to be around your hopes, your dreams, and important people, your 11th house. So you've had quite a bit of energy here so far this month in October, but by the time we reach the end of the month, it's like the real blessings are coming in when Jupiter heads back here for you personally. So whatever it is that you hope and dream and aspire for 2022, or the last part of the year, or at any point, or now as you're hearing this, just know that we are moving into a really good time for you to achieve this, because you have so much support behind you with Jupiter when he moves back into Pisces. And as I said, you might want to check out that video to see why it's so important, and why for 2022 really this planet has been giving all signs, everybody, a real window of opportunity to really have some luck with a certain area of their life. And it just so happens for you, as we close out 2022, it looks like it's going to be your hopes and dreams, your aspirations, and the important people that you have in your life. So that's it, Taurus. That's all I see for you this month as a quick horoscope. My only intention was that whoever this reaches, there's something here that helps them. And if there was, please do give the video a like. Please do drop me a comment and let me know how you found it, or what helped you, or what's going on at the moment in your life that may resonate in this horoscope for you. Have a wonderful month of October, and do check out the new and full moon guided affirmations that I will be putting up on the channel for when the new and full moon happen this month. And if you're new here, why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. And if you're returning, thanks so much, and thank you for coming back. So enjoy the month, and I'll see you soon.